Well, good afternoon. Happy Friday, May 10th. Mark Milam, your mortgage professional. Let's talk a little bit about this past week. A bit of a seesaw pattern if you go back and look at what's happened Monday through Friday so far this week. It's really just we sort of got some improvement, took it away, more improvement, took it away. And then here's Friday today, and we see this bit of a sell-off here in mortgage-backed securities. There's nothing really behind this. There's no economic data that came out this morning that would tend to indicate anything that would cause that sell-off. It's probably, honestly, Friday, reduced trading volume, and maybe even traders wanting to knock off early. Nobody wants to be left in a precarious position. So we're not going to read too much into that. What we can tell you is that last week, as we finished out last week, we've got some really great news as it pertains to labor. The labor market remains strong, but we saw the non-farm payrolls number come in a little under estimates at about 175,000 jobs created over the past 30 days. That was welcome news. And then when we see initial jobless claims come in early this week, we see that maybe we had a few more initial jobless claims than we had otherwise anticipated. That was a surprise to the high side. We'll take that as well. It's not that we want to see people lose their jobs. It's not that we really want the unemployment rate to go up, but we need to do something to get inflation back down to the 2% target so the Fed can take its foot off the gas and we can move out of this super restrictive territory back to a Fed funds rate a little bit lower than 5.5%. That's where we are right now. So we'll keep our eye on that. Honestly, there's not a consensus out there in terms of the trajectory of the economy. You've got about half of the folks who watch this stuff and report this stuff. They're posting on Twitter or whatever platform that you might read, stating that the economy is cooling, the Fed is already over tightening. All of these numbers coming in are lagging kind of numbers. And if the Fed really wants to avoid driving the country into a deep recession, they need to begin cutting now. That's one camp. And you've got this other camp that says, hey, CPI just came in hot over consensus estimates. We're dropping off some really low months, so the base effect of CPI is going to actually start to go up in the coming months, and we probably won't see any relief on the consumer price index, the most widely recognized measure of inflation, until the end of summer. So the Fed needs to do exactly what they're doing. Hold tight. There's a fringe element that says the Fed should hike. They made it clear last week that they're certainly not going to hike. So what comes next? Let me show you what comes next by showing you what happened the last time we got this report. This right here is April 10th. That's about a month ago. That's the last time we got a reading on the consumer price index, and boy, that was not a good day. The consumer price index came in hot. Mortgage-backed securities sold off. Rates worsened on the day. Well, come next week, we're going to get the very same thing, very same report on May the 15th. We're going to get the consumer price index, and one day prior to that, we're going to get the producer price index. So two very volatile measures of inflation that are going to impact mortgage rates on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. The last time we got those two reports, things did not go well for mortgage rates. Wouldn't be advisable to float into those reports. But hopefully, we're going to start to see rents coming down. That will be reflected in the overall CPI number, and we can get a number that's at least on target, if not perhaps a little bit below target. If I can be of any service to you over the weekend, don't hesitate to reach out. Mark.Milam at HighlandMTG.com. Have a good weekend.